Is the ongoing war in the Democratic Republic of the Congo truly an invisible conflict to the world's sight? Indeed, it's a question many have asked, yet the answer remains elusive. Let us focus on the eastern region of this vast nation, a theater of an unseen war. We encounter the M23 rebels, a formidable force stirring the cauldron of conflict. But who pulls their strings? It's widely believed that Rwanda plays a significant role in their operations. This war is not just a conflict of territories, but a complex web of power, influence, and control. It's a tussle that has caused immeasurable suffering and displaced countless innocent lives. As we delve deeper into this complex issue, we find that the effects of this conflict are far-reaching and catastrophic. But this is just the beginning of the story. The unseen war continues to unravel, and its impact reverberates beyond the boundaries of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. What happens when a war becomes a part of everyday life? The Democratic Republic of Congo War, a conflict that has become an unfortunate reality for the people living in the eastern part of the country, has left a trail of devastation in its wake. The human cost is staggering. Lives lost in the crossfire, innocent civilians caught in a war not of their choosing. Each death a story cut short, each one a ripple of sorrow spreading through families, communities, the entire nation. The numbers are not just statistics, they are mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, lives that mattered, dreams that were shattered. But death is only one facet of this devastating war. The displacement of people is another massive consequence. Homes abandoned, communities scattered, families torn apart. The trauma of losing everything you've known and the uncertainty of the future is a heavy burden to bear. In the shadows of this conflict, the ugly specter of sexual violence emerges. Women and girls, men and boys subjected to unspeakable horrors. The scars run deep, the stigma lingers, and healing is a long journey. Children, the most vulnerable victims of this war, bear the brunt of its horrors. They face the risk of injury, exploitation, and disease. Their childhoods are stolen, their innocence lost, their education disrupted. The future of a whole generation is at stake. Disease, another silent enemy, takes advantage of the chaos. Desperate living conditions, lack of sanitation, and inadequate healthcare lead to the spread of illnesses that claim many lives. Despite these harrowing circumstances, the Congolese people refuse to be broken. Their resilience is awe-inspiring, their spirit indomitable. The young patriots Wazalendo, for instance, embody this resilience. They stand tall amidst the turmoil, embodying hope and determination. The human toll of this conflict is immense, but the spirit of the Congolese people remains unbroken. Their courage is a beacon of light in the darkest of nights, a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity. How is the DR Congo government responding to this crisis? This question is on the lips of many, and the answer is not as straightforward as one might hope. The Democratic Republic of Congo government, under tremendous strain, is making concerted efforts to quell the unrest and restore peace. The government has been actively involved in negotiations with the M23 rebels, seeking peaceful resolutions to the conflict. These negotiations, though fraught with complexities, are a testament to the government's commitment to restoring peace and stability. In the face of mounting casualties, the government has also ramped up its efforts to protect civilians. Security forces have been deployed to the most vulnerable regions, acting as a buffer between the rebels and the local population. This defensive strategy is not without its risks, but it is a necessary measure to safeguard the lives of the Congolese people. Moreover, the government has been working tirelessly to provide humanitarian aid to those affected by the war. This includes food, shelter, and medical care for the countless displaced people, as well as support for the many children who have been tragically affected by the conflict. In addition to these measures, the DR Congo government has been collaborating with international organizations to address the health crises exacerbated by the war, with the country battling diseases like cholera and Ebola. The government's efforts in managing these health emergencies alongside the conflict cannot be understated. Yet the road to peace is fraught with challenges. Corruption, internal power struggles, and a lack of resources have made the government's task even more complex. But despite these hurdles, the resolve of the government remains unshaken. Despite the challenges, the government continues its relentless efforts to restore tranquility. It is a battle within a battle, a war fought not just on the front lines, but also within the corridors of power. But with every step taken, every negotiation made, every life saved, the DR Congo government is inching closer to its goal of peace. In a global community, no conflict is truly isolated. How is the world responding? The United Nations and the international community have shown concern over this crisis. The UN has played a pivotal role in managing the situation, deploying peacekeeping forces, and providing humanitarian aid. They've been instrumental in maintaining a semblance of order amidst the chaos. Their peacekeepers have braved the war-torn terrains, providing security and assistance to those most vulnerable. Meanwhile, humanitarian aid has been a lifeline for the thousands displaced, offering food, shelter, and medical support. Simultaneously, the international community has been rallying behind the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Multiple nations have extended their support, both in terms of resources and diplomacy. They've been urging for a peaceful resolution while also condemning any atrocities committed. But the voice of the Congolese diaspora has been particularly impactful. Over the past few weeks, we've seen marches globally, from Paris to New York, London to Johannesburg. These are not just protests, they are powerful displays of solidarity and calls for action. The diaspora has been using its collective voice to raise awareness, urging the international community to respond more decisively. And yet, despite these efforts, the crisis continues. The international response has been commendable, but it's clear that more needs to be done. It's not just about halting the conflict, but also addressing the root causes to ensure lasting peace. It's about supporting the Congolese to rebuild their lives and their nation. The international community's contribution is vital, but the question remains, is it enough? In the face of adversity, the human spirit often reveals its true strength. And so it is with the Congolese people, who, despite the hardships and heartbreak they've endured, remain undeterred in their determination to end this war. Their spirit is as resilient as a land they call home, and their resolve is as unyielding as the mighty Congo River that courses through their nation. Take, for instance, the young patriots of Wazalendo. These brave souls many barely out of their teens, have risen from the ashes of this conflict to become beacons of hope for their country. Their resilience is not just an inspiration for their fellow Congolese, but a testament to the indomitable human spirit that refuses to bow to adversity. Then there's the Congolese diaspora, whose voices echo across continents, resounding in the hearts of their homeland. Their marches have been a clarion call for peace, a plea to the world to not turn a blind eye to the plight of their people. Their actions are a reminder that no matter how far they are from home, their hearts beat in sync with the rhythm of the Congo. It's this collective will, this shared desire for peace, that fuels the Congolese people's determination to end this war, and not just to end it, but to take it back to where it started, to face the puppeteers of this conflict head on and demand an end to the suffering. The Congolese people understand that this journey towards peace might be long and fraught with challenges, but they also know that the dawn breaks after the darkest hour. They hold on to the belief that no matter how long the night, the day is sure to come. And when it does, they'll be ready to greet it, not as victims, but as victors, as a people united by their shared struggle, their shared triumph, and their shared hope for a peaceful tomorrow. No matter how long the night, the day is sure to come. As we reflect on the complexities of this conflict, it's clear that much still needs to be done. The Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo has been torn apart by a war led by the M23 rebels, with the puppet string suspected to be held by Rwanda. The human cost of this conflict is staggering, with countless lives lost, populations displaced, and the scourge of rape, sickness, and affected children casting a long shadow over the land. Yet, amidst these harsh realities, the Congolese government, the United Nations, and the international community are striving to bring about change. The Congolese diaspora has taken to the streets in recent weeks, their marches testament to their unwavering resolve. And let's not forget the young patriots, the Wazalendo, whose resilience embodies the determination of the Congolese people to end this war and restore peace to their homeland. In the end, the resolution of this conflict hinges on the collective will of the Congolese people, the government, and the international community. And remember, no matter how long the night, the day is sure to dawn,